Tezza's back. Right, we're back out on what I like to call the monastery field. Now, as I say in my previous video, the house over the far back there went back before the 18th century, and there's some building work that was at the far back there, a massive building where the houses are now. There used to be a sort of a massive building at the far back there. Some people are saying a monastery, I'm not too sure, who knows. But what we're doing today is we're going to come over the far back of this field, and we're going to be hunting from here, just where my bag is, you can see there in the sight, using the Garage Apex. Give you a rundown on settings we'll be using today throughout the video, but we're using the Double D Raider coil as well, because I really like that coil. It's found me some absolute stunning bits. We will be bringing over the bigger coil, and we're out with Tezza next week, and he'll be bringing out the AT Max, and we're really going to hit this field hard, because I believe there's some stunning bits here. So let's do the chatting, let's get on, and Tezza, we'll see you at the first. Alright, on to our first target over the far back. Really jumpy tone this. Thinking probably a tiny little bit of lead of some kind. But I'll tell you what, the Apex works absolutely brilliant in finding those tiny quarter hammered coins. The amount I've found this year has been unbelievable. And little Tezza, he's found some absolute stunning ones. Now, as you can see, we're running it in custom mode. What we've done is we've notched off the first three, notched off the 99 tone, multi-frequency, sensitivity 2 from top. If you get a little bit of chatter, change the channel, or just drop the sensitivity, because even dropping the sensitivity slightly, you're not going to miss any bits. And the iron volume I have on 0, multi-frequency mode there, and I ground balance it every half an hour. And I'll tell you what, as I say, we have found some absolute stunning bits. Right, let's dig that out, or find out what it is. I'll tell you what, this one was that one was quite deep. That, no wonder why it was a funny tone, because usually these buttons give off a 50, just a solid 50, 45 to a 50. It was jumping sort of like all over the place. Might have been a little bit of iron in there maybe. Otherwise, just a button, and it could have been sitting at an angle. That's what was giving them funny tones. But as I say, oh, there it is. Let's find out where it is. Let's carry on. Right, got a really nice little tone here. It's jumping slightly. Jumping in 60s, 70s. But I'll tell you what, it's a diggable tone. So let's dig that out, find out what it is. Alright, as I said there, I thought it was going to be something quite tiny. I thought it was going to be something lead at first. There you have it, just a tiny bit of farming machinery if we get you in the light. The sun's absolutely blinding down here today, but there you have it. Looks like something off one of those like inner tubes on a bike, or it's the bottom end of a shotgun shell. Who knows? Bit for the scrap bin. Jumping from the 50s into the 60s, but as I say, you walk around the tone a little bit and it will change, so you can get more of a solid target ID number if you can. But sometimes, depending on how the coin lays or how deep it is, it can actually drop in the actual VDI number, and it can actually drop down a little bit, so always take that into account. But that's quite a high number there. Let's dig that out. Should be right there in front of the coil. Alright, so before I show you this one, there's always something that you always must remember when metal detecting, that even though sometimes these come up at 54, 55, a lot of other items come up above 54 and 55. So if you're in a non-trasher area and you're not picking up a lot of bits and there's not a lot of iron tone going on, run the Apex in all metal mode, and you can notch off one or two if it gets a little bit irony and you're finding tiny little bits of iron. But if you're in an area that's got quite a little bit of iron in it, notch out the first three, the last one. I'll tell you what, that works for me every time, and I've had some stunning bits. But I'll tell you what, this field's absolutely amazing field. There's a road just at the back there that runs just along the back, and it used to run right along where the pub used to go, where I work in my other fields. But I'll tell you what, as I say, this field, it low lies as it comes down to the bottom here, and it just goes flat. But we all seem to have most of the finds that seem to come up that are quite decent, all seem to come up down this end, but it's really loud because the motorway's just over the far back there. But that's what it was, last target. Alright, let's carry on. I'll tell you what, with it being rain the last few days, and it's made the ground a lot softer, it's easier to pick up the tones now compared to what it was when it was rock hard the other day. Now this one is jumping again slightly, but we walk around the tone, as I say, and it will change. But I'm so used to the Apex now. If you're new to it, then try a different angle or coming at it. As I said in previous clips, can just change which way you come at the target, but I can tell you now that's round about there, and it's jumping all over the place. Right, as you see there, it was jumping high 50s, low 50s, but it was jumping around in the 50s, and there you have it. Got myself a military button. Oh yes, I couldn't tell you what regiment or anything like that. It's just so dirty, but I can tell you that it's definitely 100% a military button. Oh, I do like finding my military stuff. What an absolute stunning little find that is. Oh, get in. We'll get a few stills of this, give it a clean up, put a few stills up there on the side, but oh yes, get in. Stunning button. Maybe I've got to get a noise reduction microphone or something, maybe, because why is it always the best parts of the field always seem to be right next to the old roaders? Oh well. We've got a nice little tone here. Back tone's absolutely lovely. It's almost a straight through that one, almost a 55, 56 solid. Alright, let's dig that out. Alright, so as you see there, it was quite a straight through solid 50 tone, and I think I am on to part of a military cap badge. Now, I know this by the part there, it would have a metal part that comes all the way down, and it would fit on top of a cap, a military person's cap. Now, it should have little flowers that go all the way round. Now, we're going to undo this when we get back and give it a proper good clean up, but I'm 100% sure that's definitely a military cap badge. Oh, that is going to be stunning. We'll give it a little open, because you can see it's bent there. So we're going to warm it up a little bit and just bend it open slightly and give it a little clean up. But otherwise, I don't really want to sort of do too much to it. That's an absolute going to be a stunning little find though, that. I do like my old military stuff. Get in. But as I say, we give it a clean up and we'll see if we can open it up. We put a few stills up there on the side, but what an absolute beauty. Oh, it's become quite close to the edge. So we've had a few little finds just from over there, and as we went into the middle it got a little bit more quiet, so we stuck to this edge a little bit here. Got a nice little tone just here in the high 70s. Make sure you always keep that coil nice and low to the floor there. Absolutely lovely tone. If you walk around it, still the same, still reading in the high 70s, but I'll tell you what, absolute stunning tone. Let's dig that out. Oh, as you see there, it was real high, that target was. Got a coin. God, it's really sticky, that mud. God, that's real sticky. Alright, let's give that a clean up. See what was on there, but that looks like a penny to me. Yeah, that's an old penny. Crispy old penny, you can see the back there. Just a crispy old penny. Probably see nothing on the front. What we'll do is we'll give it a clean up though and put a few stills up there on the side, but you know, it's just so toasted and I really can't see through this phone. Especially the old sunlight coming straight at me. There we go, we dropped it. We're going to take that out of the hole though, put a few stills up, and we're going to carry on. As you see there, that was in the high 55s, 56, and check this out. Oh, and I haven't even got nothing to clean it with. I think I've got a cap badge. I think I've got a nice cap badge there. See a cap badge? Yeah, it's a military cap badge. Oh, let me get that quick wipe. Oh yeah, it's a military cap badge. Oh, get in! Oh, second one off this field. Oh, get in. Oh, that is going to be nice. We're going to give that a proper clean up when we get home. We're going to put a few stills up there in the corner and we'll try and find out what regiment that is, but that is absolute stunning. Oh, get in. Oh, I've got to be careful because that top bit's just hanging on there. I think that might have been when I just bent it back over because it was flat over. But you really shouldn't really bend them back. You should really be careful because they easily come off there on the top. But I'll tell you what, I haven't got that one yet, and I've got loads of cap badges, but that is absolutely stunning. Get in there. What a hunt, what a day. Right, so to remember when you're running any machine, even the Garrett Ace Apex, if you get a target that's jumping about slightly and it is literally all over the place, if you just adjust your position around the target, it's changed slightly but it's still in the 80s, but if you just adjust your position, sometimes you can pick it up literally solid. So if you get a target, always have a little walk around the old target as well, just to make sure. But I like to dig everything, so let's dig that out, find out what it is. Right, see there, that was in the high 60s. Well, it went in the 50s, back into the high 60s. Check this little thing out. It's like a little lion's head, if I can zoom in properly. Yeah, it's like a little lion's head. Look at that. It's a strange little find, that. Maybe it goes on some sort of, yeah, sort of, I don't know what that could be off actually. It's got something written above there. We'll find out what's written up there. Oh, that is a stunning little find, that. I like that. Oh yeah, is that silver? We'll check it, see if it's silver. We'll give it a real good clean up, put a few stills up. Oh, what an absolute stunning little find that is. I like that. Oh, that is beautiful, that. What it's off, I could not tell you. No idea. But I'll tell you what an absolute stunning little find that is. Get in. Oh, so we're going to carry on around this top part here, because we've had a few little bits and a few coins. We ain't doing too bad. Now we just had this. But is it silver? We shall find out when we get home. Alright, 54, 55. Got another coin. Get in. Starting to find a few coins up here now. Looks like a farthing. Who's on the front? Could be a Queen Victoria or something maybe. Or George. What we do is when we get back we give it a clean up, because it's really hard to see. I haven't got my glasses on, nothing on. So I'm running blind today, so if you can see who that is on the front, then good luck. If not, then I'm going to stick a few stills up there on the side once we get back. But it's another coin. Yeah, it's definitely a farthing size, and it's definitely copper. There you have it. What a stunning little find that is. Right, we're going to stop for 5, grab a little bit of lunch, and we're going to carry on afterwards. But I'll tell you what a stunning hunt it's been so far. We've had some stunning finds from that tiny little lion's head to 2 cat badges. Get in. I do love a military cat badge. We've had some stunning little coins as well. But I'll tell you what, while we sit and have our lunch, I'm just going to show you a little find that I had the other day. A stunning little Lizzie hammered coin. And it was so small, but it was so deep as well. But I'll tell you what, the target ID number was about 37, 38. But the tone was a really nice tone in the backing. So we dug it, and this is what we found. Oh yes, my beauty. Check this little bad boy out. Oh, got a tiny little hammered coin. Oh, look at that. Who's going to be on the front? Oh, it's Elizabeth, isn't it? I think that is an Elizabeth. I can't really see too well, the sun's in my eyes, but oh, check that out. Oh, get in. Come on. Oh, look at it. What an absolute stunner that is. Look at that. That's going to be cleaned up really well, that. Oh, look at the face on the front, the portrait there. Look at that. What an absolute stunner. Get in. Oh, what. Oh, mate, get in. Get in. Right, just had a bit of this in the high 50s. No idea what it is, but it was in the high 50s. Finding quite a bit of this. High 45s. Bits of aluminium, aluminum as some people call it. Right. I'll tell you what, we've had a load of that. In the high 43s, 44. Parts of a caravan, from the caravan site no doubt. Oh, it might sound a little bit loud because we're running the motorway. Now this road here that you see just running down here, that would run all the way up there. Now that went past the old pub that you've seen me working near in a few fields before, which is up the other end. But before the motorway was here, this was a tiny little road that went all the way up. It was just like a tiny little back road to the pub. No motorway, no sounds, just this field, and then it went tiny little road, and then that was a field just behind the old trees there, but now it's a motorway. But what an absolute stunning field this is. But soon to be homes. Oh well. It'll look nice though when the homes are built on here. It's just a shame. But my farmers give me loads of different bits of land to go on, so I'm looking forward to trying other bits of land out. But at the moment we're working really hard on this bit. So right, let's carry on. See what else we can't find. Right, back down near the roadway again, because we're going to make our way back round before we go home. Just have a little check down here again. A really nice high 70s, jumping about, but bit of iron ore in this field, so it's causing a bit of jumping about, but there it is right there. Right, let's dig it out. Alright, there you see it was the high 60s. It weren't even deep. I mean, it was almost on the top, and I was looking around for it. Bit of bomb shrapnel. That's all that is. Now, if you're in a field this time of the year, you'll notice cobwebs. They seem to just be sort of like shooting up into the air, and you'll just see them just sort of drifting past you. Them tiny little webs have tiny little spiders on the end, and that's how they sort of get around. Well, not really get around, but that's how they get from one place, and they just drift all the way along, and then of course they land in a tree and then they make up their nest. But I've heard of them before, and I've seen loads of them in this field today, especially the way the webs are just going across the field all over me. And the spiders are that tiny, they're so small, they just get on the end of the web and they just drift off. So if you're in a field and you ever see that next time, remember who told you that? Digger's Den. Alright, this is something for everyone to remember, because I tell you what, sometimes I have found some bits. Now this is just a bit of can, but always check your can, because before, I always take my stuff home anyway and I always look at it when I get back. I've found that some pieces of can have been parts of like 18th century walking cane, the silver bits at the bottom or the silver bit at the top, and you can sometimes mistaken that for a bit of can. So always check your cans, as I say, because you just never know. It could be part of a 17th or 18th century walking cane. Right. That one is a really, just as soon as you hit the top of it, there you go, sounds like a bit of can there. Oh, it's in the 50s now. There you go, you just did. Sounds a bit canny though. It's right there. See what was giving it off? Tiny little bit of can there. But then, once I've moved the can out of the way, which we pick up in a second, tiny little button right next to it. Don't think there's going to be anything on it. It just feels like it's just been, whatever's on the front's totally gone now. There's the shank there on the back. Probably going to be an old military button, no doubt. It just has that feeling to it. They usually have like a bowl bit on the front. Could have been Royal Navy, who knows. So we're just making circles around the bag from there over to here. Nice 83, 84. But quite close to the edge, so we are digging up a few Cameroonies. And we've got another coin. Now let's, oh, we just flicked that all over the place. Let's see if we can't see who's on this one then, shall we? We've had a few where we've not been able to see Nank. Oh, it's definitely a penny. Who's on the penny though? Oh, I can't see. Sunlight's not there. Oh, I couldn't tell you who that was. It's just, it's just so crusty. But you can see the marks on the back there as a penny. Can't see no date on it. But that looks to me, I think I can see a Victoria through that. I think I can see a Victoria. I think that's a young Victoria, that. Could be totally wrong. But we'll give it a clean up, put a few stills up. Alright, now I found a few of these. Now I'm thinking, as it goes down, as you can see, the whole field goes down into a corner over there. And it all sort of drops off down there. Now, I found a few of these. Pot mends. For mending pots. Like for when you're going to fetching water, if you had a hole in your satchel, so some people like to call it, they put this lead plug in there, squeeze it tight, and it would stop it leaking. But they are a good sign they are to find. It means there must have been water here somewhere down here. Now I'm thinking maybe hundreds and hundreds of years ago, maybe it might have been like a big, sort of like a riverway, because there is ditches that connect to it. Loud that old motorway is, but that's what that is, a pot mend. Nice little find. And that's what they are, just these little fellas here. That's all that is. And what he'll do is he'll shoot a little bit of web out the bottom there, at the bottom of his back, and it'll get caught up in the air, and then he'll be off. So you can see him shooting the web there. There you go. The web's just going off up in the air, and yeah, you get a lot of all different ones like that. But that's what they are, the ones that do it. This tiny little thing here. We're going to remove him, and we're going to carry on. Right, now these will do like finding. High 50 this was. Real high 50. Oh, it's going to be a bag seal. Yeah, it's going to be a nice little bag seal, that. Oh yeah, look at that, it's got some nice pattern on. Oh yes, I do like finding the old bags. So I've got loads of bag seals. well worked areas around where I live. But we'll give that a clean up. I say the sun's just beaming off of everything. It's making it hard to get a proper good focus on it, but there you have it. Stunning bag seal. Get in. Oh, this one was screaming up, this was. First I thought it's going to be another bit of can, because there's quite a few bits of can around here, but check out the size of this. I think I got myself an old Georgian penny. Don't look like a cartwheel penny, because cartwheel pennies have the old border around the outside. So I'm thinking that's a penny. Or could it be Victoria? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. You can see a head on it. Oh, get in. That's the second coin I found like that today. The other one was a little bit smaller. And I had one that was about the same sort of thickness and about the same size. So I think that is a Georgian penny, that. Oh, get in. I think that's my second one today, that. That's the second one. What an absolute belter. What an absolute belter of a day. Check that out. Alright, now we get a few signals. This is probably going to be our last tone of the day. Probably better give you a little roundup at the end of what we found. We had quite a few cans and had quite a few nice little finds, really. Nice 44, 45 there. Jumping down into back up into the 50s. Alright, that's what it was. See there, it was a 45s to a 50s, but look how tiny that is. Now usually, I mean that was pretty deep, but if that was on the top, usually you're looking at about 54 to a 60. I'll just cut my finger there, but no matter. Right, that's our last target of the day. Now we're going to walk over to the car and we'll have a little round up before we go, but one absolute stunning day. Get in. Right, we'll just have a quick round up then. We have had more bits than this. Some bits of can and some more shotgun shell ends and bits like that, but I'm not going to get every single little bit out. Probably end up filling up half the bag. Just some good bits of the day is we've got the military cap badge, got a couple of coins, got two Georgian coins there. One's a penny and one looks like half a penny. We've got a couple of nice little coins there, lovely bag seal. We've got some other tiny little bits and bobs there, but I'll tell you what, this field is absolutely brilliant. It seems to be all down this one end. We did try over the far back and we had a few little coins over there and bits and bobs and the little silver lion's head, but otherwise definitely coming back here next week. Tezza's with me and a few other people, and we're going to smash this field. So right, till my next adventure, it's Diggers Den Tezza, and we'll catch you at the next.